Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Lord Ice. It's been quite some time since I uploaded a video. Long story short, my old video recorder G-Region stopped recording. Well, it was recording, but it didn't generate the files for the recording, so it wasn't saving, so I couldn't upload anything. I now have a new laptop that runs STO a bit better, using open broadcast software, and I've kind of debugged it to make sure it works. I actually recorded a video, but I decided that I didn't like it because the in-game audio was a bit too loud and I forgot a lot of things. So, I'm just going to redo it. So, I'm going to start by covering as many of the changes as possible since the last time I recorded a video. Last time I made a video was February of 2014. It's been over a year. We have had 2 season updates. Well, 2.5, and an expansion. That's a lot of stuff to cover. So, I'll start with Season 9. Season 9 was a new Accord. And it was called such because we got the featured episode... I think it was one of these... Not Step Between Stars... I think it was Surface Tension that we got that time. It featured the Undine heavily. The Undine actually got a revamp because of it. We got the Undine Reputation, also known as 8472 Counter Command. I have actually maxed that out now, and I'm working on getting this. Although I should probably do more work on getting this, because that's a good item. We got the Undine Lockbox, which gave us Undine ships. Lockbox was okay. What else did we get? We got a reputation revamp. It kind of homogenized the reputations, made them a little bit easier. Let me just check real quick. Alright. I wish I could Alt-Tab while still recording. I don't know how that would affect the recording, so I'm not going to try it. We got a featured episode. We got a space battle zone against the Undine. And for a while, that was stupidly borked. Even people with supercomputers would drop to about 10 frames per second. That has since been fixed, I guess, because I've done it a couple of times without lagging. Yeah, Season 9 was basically all about the Undine. And it was called a new Accord because they finally shot it. They took the concept of a war between the Federation and the Klingon Empire, took it out behind the shed and shot it. It's dead. It matters as little now as it did to the factions in the story. And that's probably for the better, because that story basically only existed for the first few episode arcs. Like, once those episode arcs finished, it just went away. And now it's over. Also, it's 2410 now, so that's a thing. It is now 2410. We got Season 9.5, which featured the crafting revamp. And I'll go ahead and feature crafting now, because I've got some items to collect. Crafting is now tied into the duty officer system, in that you require duty officers in order to make items. Crafting does have some special modifiers that you can get on weapons and other items that you can't get anywhere else. Problem is, most of those new mods are shit. I'll go ahead and go to my bank. I've got a couple of samples from my crafting in there. These two are new. This is a fairly decent beam. No, you can go up there. You go there. PvP damage, I don't even know if that works, but I assume that it adds extra damage in PvP. We tested it on Trouble a little bit, and it didn't appear to be working at all. Damage isn't unique. PvP res, I don't even know what that's supposed to do. Snare is basically a chronoton proc on beams and other weapons. We've also got Thrust, which I guess increases your speed when you're flying. I don't know why a weapon would grant that, though. PvP res... Pen. That's the good one. Pen adds armor penetration. All attacks with this weapon ignore 10 armor rating. That's OP as crap, and that's actually part of the DPS meta right now. If you can get Crit DX2 or Crit DX3 and a pen mod on top of it, you've got the best weapon in the game, especially if it's one of these, anti-proton dual beams. So Season 9.5 we got crafting, and I think we got another featured episode. That was pretty much it for Season 9.5. It was fairly small. Then we didn't get much for a little while. Then we got a second expansion, which was Delta Rising. Delta Rising gave us a level cap increase. As you can see, I am level 60. We went from 50 to 60. It added the Captain Specialization system, which you start doing once you hit level 51. Every time you level up, you get a specialization point and you can buy perks. It gave us a lot of missions because it actually added the Delta Quadrant, as you can tell by the fact that this is called the Delta Quadrant. It primarily centers around stuff from Voyager. Escalation just takes you to the Delta Quadrant, Mindscape wraps up the Undine story, and from there you're dealing with the consequences of Voyager going to the Delta Quadrant, including but not limited to the VOD War from the Season 7 episode Dragon's Teeth. They found an basically the story with the VOD War was, about 1,000 years ago now, they went into stasis because an alliance of lesser races was basically blowing the shit out of them. They intended to stay in stasis for 5 years and then come out of hiding. It went wrong, and they were in stasis for 900 years. Then Voyager found them and woke them up. Turns out they were evil, and they escaped. Thing is, their technology was 900 years out of date, so they shouldn't be a threat. They found allies. And now their technology is super advanced and I'm stuck on a planet. Yeah, VOD War technology is advanced enough that I'm flying a VOD War ship as a Tier 6 ship. It's a battlecruiser and it's OP as crap. I'll get into that later. So, we got a level cap increase with Delta Rising, we got Tier 6 ships, we got about 10 missions. The level cap increase was probably all kind of controversial, because the amount of experience to get from level 50 to level 60 is apparently roughly equivalent as it takes to get from 1 to 50, if I remember what Cryptic said it was supposed to be when it launched. And they made it so that one mission would not equal one level. Here's the problem though, they only added 10 missions, so getting from 50 to 60 is a pain in the butt. As is the crafting system, but I'll get into that I'll just do the crafting system in a separate video. I'll go into detail about that. So we got a level cap increase, we got new ships, we've gotten a couple of different lockboxes, and now we're on Season 10, because at the end of the Delta Quadrant missions, spoiler, stuff happens. And now Season 10, we have new enemies. They're called the Heralds. The Heralds of what, you might ask? The Heralds of the Iconians, because we're at war with them now. Yeah. Season 10 did a lot of quality of life improvements, and it's actually been fairly good. But none more so, and we are actually on Season 10 now, so this is the most recent update. No update was more beneficial than the sector block update. Shaka when the walls fell. There is no such thing as dozens of sector blocks anymore. You have 3, I still call them sector blocks, but they're technically quadrant blocks. You've got the Alpha Quadrant, with lots and lots of sectors, the Beta Quadrant, with lots more sectors, and then the Delta Quadrant, which when it first came out with Delta Rising, split down the middle, no longer does. It's one big sector block now. Each of these squares is 20 light years, and it actually takes a while to get places, which is wonderful and amazing, and I love every part of it, even though it is kind of annoying. Right, area map, because I remembered something that came out with Season 9. Something that happened in Season 9's featured episode, Earth Space Dock got shot to shit. And this was the in-story explanation for having a new Earth space dock map. I am slipstreaming through sector space now because slipstream is actually useful. You can actually have it expire without hitting a sector wall, which is incredibly refreshing. Each of these squares in sector space is 20 light years, and you can actually see how fast I'm going in slipstream. It takes quite a while to go places, but it's still very fun, very pretty. I love every part of it. So, we've got new maps. The environment team has done an amazing job recently. And once we get to Earth, we will actually see why. I could have transwarped to Earth, but I wanted to show off sector space because this is a new video, and I actually deleted the last take, so basically the game audio was way too high, and it might still be. I'll have to watch this video, but I'll probably still upload it anyway, so save your complaints for the next episode. Speaking of next episode, while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to change the format of the show a little bit. Story missions are kind of boring because basically everyone does them, so what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to do the Solanae missions that I can still replay, and then the Beta Quadrant and Iconian missions. I'm not going to bother with most of the old stuff because basically everyone's played them to death by now. I might want to do some of the new missions because the Romulan arc has gotten its revamp. That happened with... it wasn't actually with anything, it was its own separate update. It wasn't very big, but they compressed all of the shitty Romulan missions to 5. And those 5 missions are actually pretty fun. The Borg missions have gotten an overhaul, which I should probably do. But that's about all. So I'm going to go ahead and enter the Sol system. And what's going to happen is, when I feel like making a video, I'm going to make a video. I might do a build that I like, or a mission that I feel like playing, or queues, or a tutorial. But just doing the story is gonna get samey. Even if the story is amazing. So, when I feel like recording a video, I'll probably try to put out at least one a week, because otherwise there's really no point in doing videos. But whenever I can, whenever I feel like. This is space. This is the Sol system now. You might remember it from my old videos. It didn't look like this. You used to be able to fly to the moon. You can't anymore because the moon was scarily close. Like, it should have been destroying the planet with tidal forces. But this place is actually a lot more detailed, and I will fly over here for a little bit, even though I'm probably going to wind up going to Earth Space Dock to show you the new ground map. You've got repair facilities. Earth is actually Earth-sized. Got repair facilities over there, repair facilities over there. By the way, this ship is massive. It's actually bigger than the Galaxy-class starship, but only has 600 crew. I call it the battle freighter because it kind of looks like a freighter, and it's about as slow as a freighter. Dear God, this thing. It's a heavy battle cruiser. And that's not just a name. So let me just dock with the starbase, and I'll show you around the new Earth space dock. This was actually the video I was trying to record on Tribble when G-Region stopped working. So, it's over a year belated, but Taco Fang says hello to YouTube. Because he was on the map when I was recording, and that's what made me really upset that I lost that video. Didn't lose the video, it was never there. I'm lagging a little bit because this is a social map, and social maps have lag. It's huge. It's beautiful. Taco Fangs, you did an amazing job. You can see the ships. That's the Pathfinder that you can see right there. It is the Tier 6 version of the Intrepid class, which you would remember as being Voyager. You've got a Nova right there, a Miranda, a Chimera, an Armitage. And I think way in the backety back, you can just see those little blue outlines there. I think that's a Phantom Intel Escort. When Delta Rising came out, it had a mega bundle called the Delta Rising operations bundle, and I'm trying to find it here. Delta Operations Pack. You got 5 Federation ships, 2 Romulan ships, and 2 Klingon ships, as well as 9 bridge officers, some upgrade kits, because the crafting upgrade system had just come out, since it didn't come out with the crafting update, ironically. You got the Intel uniforms, and I'm actually using the little Intel visor on my character now. You got the ability to make a craphead character, otherwise known as a Talaxian. Don't make a Talaxian. Don't be Toilet Brush Head. Don't be Neelix. Although, I will say this for the dev team. Good job. Because there's a mission in the Beta Quadrant that actually makes you feel bad for Neelix. Like, he's a good character, for once. I don't hate that he's here. I thought I was going to, but I didn't. He does a good job. And, he is voiced by the actor that played him. I really should be remembering his name, but I can't remember names for the life of me. We do see Tuvok. Tuvok shows up. He is a Rear Admiral. He is in command of Voyager. We have Captain Harry Kim. He finally made it past Ensign. We saw... Who else did we see? We saw 7 of 9. 7 of 9 came back. And she's still wearing the catsuit. Who else did we see? Who else did we see? Thinking. We saw the EMH. We saw the Doctor. We, of course, saw Neelix. Kess is probably dead by now, but that's to be expected. Yeah, basically, the only people we're missing from the game now from Voyager are Janeway and Chakotay. Because in the new featured episodes that came out with Season 10, we got Tom Paris. And we also have his daughter in that mission, who is actually voiced by her original actor. Tom Paris' daughter appeared in another mission beforehand, but she is voiced in the new featured episode by the original actor that played her in Endgame. So, things have gotten better. There have been a ton of quality of life improvements. Club 47 actually took a while to come out after Earth Space Dock came out, because of development time. I've only actually been into it once, and I don't really remember much of it. You know how clubs are. Forget every time you go in. So this is Club 47 now. Prepare to be assailed. They did a good job. Same club music, new club dance floor. This guy right here, Captain Marone, otherwise known as Thomas Marone, otherwise known as Thomas the Cat. He is the senior UI artist for STO, and he actually makes ships now too. I think he might have doubled up on his job. He does an amazing job with UI. He helped make the Pathfinder and several other ships. He's done an amazing job there. He's an all-around good guy, and I'm glad that we have him as an NPC in the game. So what else should I do? There's something I was gonna do. Crap. Oh, before Season 10 came out, there was an event that started called Delta Recruitment. The event is almost over, but it involves time travel. You see, the Iconians are a massive threat. They have spent the last 200,000 years in a Dyson sphere in the Andromeda Galaxy, building their armies. As a matter of fact, Loot Critter, who is a STO blogger, he's actually pretty cool, you can follow him on Twitter, he calculated, based on one of the featured episodes, how many enemy ships there are at the end, and I think the number was 144 quintillion. And those are Herald ships, because Season 10 introduced the Heralds of the Iconians. The Heralds don't fuck around. The Heralds just do not fuck around. At all. They don't. They'll wreck your shit. So, they're a massive threat, and there are a lot of them. So, we got Delta Recruitment, which involved sending yourself back in time to collect information and technology on the Iconians. That actually gave you a lot of account-wide rewards. I've claimed most of them because I actually have a max level, well, it's not max level yet, but he's finished the storylines for the Delta recruitment. So we've got Delta recruitment, that's almost over, but that's amazing. We got Season 10. Season 10 was awesome. We got Q's. That's basically it. We got a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff. So, New Earth Space Dock, amazing. Oh, that was the other thing that came out with Season 9.5. There was a uniform code update, as evidenced by the fact that I'm actually wearing a uniform. This is actually technically the captain's uniform, and I wish I could pull up the uniform code. So, this is not the default Starfleet uniform anymore. It is actually using what used to be the Fleet uniforms, the Odyssey uniforms, but it's now basic for all, and then the fleets get an upgraded version, which actually look really nice. So this is the captain's variant. I just happen to have Fleet Admiral pips on my collar and the alternate futures badge. Yuzral, who is also a very good STO Let's Player, you should probably go and follow him. Shameless plug. Yuzral calls these the shoot me shoulders, because white shoulder on black top. Some of my bridge officers are in uniform. Like, this is the standard engineer uniform. Also, oh, no, he's wearing Mako. This came out with Season 9. This is the Dyson Researcher uniform that's actually really nice. I love it. That's the Bajoran outfit. I have a pair of Romulan officers. Romulans are awesome. Julie, do the thing. I've got Mr. Potato Head. You get him from a mission. This is the hologram that you get from the end of Delta recruitment. It's a count-wide. I just realized the only people wearing uniforms in my crew are engineers. I should probably get a... Oh, he's in the medical uniform. So there has been a uniform code update, and I am trying to follow it a little bit. Uniforms look nice. Thomas the Cat actually did the uniform code. The uniforms already existed, but he decided to update the uniform code, and he made the PDF. If I remember, I'll link it to the description. But I think I will finish off the episode with Gateway to Grethor, which is one of the new Qs from Season 10, so you can see just how much the Heralds don't screw around. No, mind you, this is normal. I'm doing a normal STF. So, this isn't even hard mode. This is easy mode. And I don't know why, but my chat is not appearing, so... That... Cool. And game starting. So we're about to run an STF. Let's hope the video doesn't lag, because there's going to be a lot of stuff going on. Obey! By the way, the propaganda posters are awesome. Those are loading screens.
The invasion of Qo'noS has begun, but we will not fall. Their ground troops use gateways to land and set up inhibitors to block our troops from transporting to the combat zones. Transports with soldiers are inbound, but before they can launch shuttles, we need to clear the Herald ships from Qo'noS orbit. Once we have established a safe zone, we can send our own forces to the surface. We cannot delay. The home world must be defended.
I can't remember the name of that voice actor, but that's Captain Kagron. He's the mission conduct for a lot of the Iconian stuff. He's voiced by the same guy that did Gorilla Grodd for the Flash series. And that was actually tweeted out by Captain Gecko today. So he does actually a pretty good job. I like Captain Kagron. Alright, coming up on the Heralds.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Come on. Fuck, I buffed up way too early. The Iconians are very fond of spawning gateways. Especially the battleships. They like spawning what are called solar gateways. It is as awful as it sounds. It's literally a gateway into the heart of a sun. And it screws your ship. It screws your crap up. Iconians use a lot of intel powers, and they've got the Iconian viral probes, which shut your crap down. They're heavy on the disables. They hurt like a mother crapper. This ship can tank a tactical cube in an advanced STF, and it actually has trouble sometimes. Like, the Heralds are actually a threat, and they're going to remain a threat for some time. Now, Qo'noS cruisers spawn energy gateways, which provide buffs to nearby Iconian, well, Herald ships. Because the Heralds are not the Iconians. The Heralds are the elite servitors. They're basically the elite final line of defense for the Iconians. The Alachi were servitor races. The Vodwar became servitors. Basically, we haven't seen that many Iconians. We've actually seen, to date, I think 1 or 2 Iconians. At all. And, yeah. That's a thing. The Iconians are sending genetically engineered super stuff against us. And they're a threat. Their ships are incredibly powerful. And they spawn lots of gateways. They're also fond of ramming speed, especially their frigates. So, there is that. I seem to have a decent team because I was getting healed. So, whoever that was, thank you for the heal, and if you wind up accidentally watching this video, welcome to YouTube. I don't even know who it was that was healing me, probably the Decora, because the Decora is a good engineered ship. Yeah, their cruisers aren't terribly durable, but once we actually start fighting battleships, it's gonna be a bit of a threat, because their Vomp battleships use an intelligence ability called Subnucleonic Carrier Wave, which is an AoE subnucleonic beam. It's annoying. They also spawn the solar gateways, so have fun being hit by solar energy. There it is. That's a Vomp. Make sure to stay outside of 5 kilometers of these guys, because otherwise they'll subnuke your carrier wave. They'll subnuke your crap. The subnucleonic carrier wave isn't quite as bad as the focused one, but it is still pretty bad. You don't want to get hit. Daka daka daka, daka daka daka, daka daka daka, daka daka daka, daka daka, and daka daka daka. Alright, I'm starting to take a little bit of a beating. I'm going to pop the console from the Kobali Samsar cruiser from the 5th anniversary, and very quickly shoot that solar gateway because it's wrecking my shit. Solar gateways hurt. Kill them. Fortunately, gateways are targetable and killable. That's your only saving grace. That's literally the only thing that's going to save you against these people. Kill the gateways. Kill everything. Taking a lot of aggro, so I'm going to use the pilot specialization ability called Rock and Roll. You're immune to damage for 4 seconds by doing a barrel roll. Yes, it is amazing. There's another solar gateway, and I'm going to die. Remember, this ship tanks tactical cubes in advanced STFs. This is a normal, and I just died. These people are 10 times more threatening than the Borg. It's just that simple.
The starbase is secure.
Yeah. It's horrible and awesome and amazing, and I love every bit of it. Season 10 has been amazing. It has definitely done a lot of good things for the game, especially quality of life-wise. Didn't think I'd be back so soon, did ya? Kill the solar gateway, kill the solar gateway. So they're using EMP probes, which is another intel power. Those just disable you. They're fairly nasty, actually. So don't underestimate the Heralds, not for 1 second. I might record another video after this doing some of the featured episodes, because I want to show you ground combat against the Heralds. Although I might do a featured episode against... No, that'd be too spoilerific.
75%.
But, I do want to show you Herald ground combat, but I'm not going to do the only ground queue, because if you don't have a coordinated team, that mission just sucks. Heal up real quick, keep attacking the boss cruiser. Deactivate that console, even though I probably shouldn't have popped it in the first place, but I wanted as much DACA as possible. Okay. So another Herald ship just died.
Shield has failed.
I don't know why my ship is affected by EMPs, but... oh well. Crap happens. I have enough points in the intelligence captain specialization that I can actually get space flanking. So that's why I'm doing flanking damage in space. That's a thing now. That's been a thing ever since Raider flanking came out, but intelligence allows you to add it to all of your ships. Captain specializations just do a ton of things, and it's really useful, and you want to have a lot of it. And every time you level up, you get a spec point until you have all of them. That's why you can't respec specializations, because you will eventually just have everything. After that, whenever you level up, you get a decent stipend of dilithium ore. So that's actually a good thing. It just takes a while to get experience, although rumor has it that's going to be improving. Alright, Baltrum Raiders are Herald frigates. They use ramming speed primarily. They don't take damage from it though, because they've got hardened forward sections. They hurt. They're actually pretty threatening because of it. You can close the gateways that are spawning them. I need to get over to this thing because these gateways that are green are emitting intense levels of theta radiation, which cause massive damage and will kill the troop transports. Like, you can see that they're stopped and they're taking tons of hull damage, like 4% per second. So I'll go ahead and heal that up real quick. Provide some supporting fire against the Baltrums. Yeah, the Heralds, like I said earlier, don't fuck around. They don't know the definition of fucking around. They're just gonna fuck your shit up. They don't care how powerful you are. They don't care how much DACA you have. They might die, but they're taking you with them. That's how they work. They're a threat. They're always going to be a threat. And rightfully so. I am glad that these people are threats. Because for a long time, every new enemy has been a trash mob. Now they're not. So I went ahead and closed up a spawn gateway right there. Spawn gateways do exactly what they say on the tin. They spawn things. Now that thing is going after the troop transports, so I'm gonna kill it. Close this radiation gateway. You can see that it actually just killed the troop transport. That's a bad thing. But now the gateway is closed. There's another radiation gateway, and you don't want to be in front of them. You don't want to be in front of the radiation gateways like I'm about to be. Because if you're in range to close them, you're also in range to take damage from them. They hurt. They hurt a lot. So yeah, Heralds use Iconian gateways a lot. Like, think of all of the offensive uses for opening portals to other places. Iconians are going to use basically all of them. On the ground, they teleport around and summon reinforcements. In space, they open gateways to the heart of suns and shoot solar radiation at you. They power themselves with it, they spawn reinforcements, they do everything. It's smart, it's fun, and it's a challenge for once. Like, I actually had to have this guy fighting NPCs at advanced level because normal was too easy. These guys, normal is not easy. Normal is in no way easy. Torpedo spread out the bot. Those troop transports are all going to die because I wasn't paying attention. I have a ship trait that allows my heals to be AoE heal over time. So let's hope that spares them long enough for me to close the radiation gateway. Nope. Didn't help. Didn't catch him quite fast enough. Close the radiation gateway. That's actually, I think, a bug, because of how many times he says that. Heal you up right quick so that the Iconians don't insta-kill you. This is a long video. I wonder if the recorder is even still functioning properly. We'll find out eventually, won't we? Close that gateway up. What really doesn't make sense to me is why the fuck don't these things have shields? They're important as shit.
Transports are beginning their run to the planet. Shipyard troop transports are beginning their run to the planet. Shipyard troop transports are beginning their run to the planet. Shipyard troop transports are beginning their run to the planet.
Close the spawning gateway. You can tell I've done this mission before, but only a few times. Close the radiation gateway. Quickly now, quickly now. Heal them up, heal them up. The trait that I'm using to do the AoE heal is, it's called Radiant Nanite Cloud. You get it for reaching level 5 for the Starship Mastery of the Dauntless Experimental Science Vessel. All Tier 5 upgrade ships or Tier 6 ships can be mastered, and that improves their stats. And at level 5, which only exists for Tier 6, you get a ship trait. This ship's trait is Supremacy. Whenever you use Fire at Will, you get bonus power to your subsystems. It's a poor man's Plasmionic Leech. It stacks with Leech, and it's actually really crazy. It's one of the reasons this ship is so overpowered. You're about to see a Herald Dreadnought, by the way. Here it comes. That thing. Yes, it's 9 kilometers away, and it still looks that massive.
Herald ships are attacking the starbase.
Alright, so let me pop that. Let me pop that. And I've been disabled, so all of my stuff goes off again. I drew aggro because I was doing a lot of DPS. The reason I'm shaking around like that is because Iconian ships also use ionic turbulence, which is crazy. Redistribute the shields, keep the damage coming. Pop the Cobalti heal because that's an amazing heal. How the fuck am I 12 kilometers out? Yeah, Herald Dreadnoughts are just massive. And they hurt. A lot. They also open Oblivion gateways, which are like solar gateways but worse. I don't know what the lore difference is. Actually, I think solar gateways might be solar flares and Oblivion might be hearts of stars. it's just not something you want to fuck with. It'll kill you very rapidly. Like, my forward shields are down, and I didn't even notice the gateway until I killed it. And I'm gonna die, so I'm going to spawn a ship before I do. I managed to get something out before I died. That Typhoon is gonna get its shit rocked, because NPC ships just cannot handle the Iconians at all. Like, the Heralds, such a good job. They're a threat. They always will be. It's amazing. I didn't actually think that they could make challenging enemies anymore. Boy, was I proven wrong, and happily so. Right, so it's using fire at will, apparently. So I'm gonna go ahead and sub-nuke that, because fuck you! All the DPS. The reason my weapons are disabled is because of Iconian probes and Iconian viruses. The Iconians really love their disables. They've got Ionic Turbulence, which is a disable. They've got sensor jammers. They've got everything under the sun that can fuck with you. Carry Science Team. Carry Science Team. That's all I can say. Just carry Science Team. You're gonna need Science Team for basically everything they throw at you. Matter of fact, I should probably have 2 copies of Science Team, but that would mean giving something else up, so no. Now, I don't know where the Iconian Dreadnought... There it is. It disappeared earlier. It seems so much closer than it actually is because it's so huge. I am actually using some of the new Bridge Officer powers from the, what's it called, Command Specialization. Overwhelm Emitters, which I've actually got moused over right now, turns your damage into shield healing on a certain target. It's particularly useful in this fight because it means that if you're hitting shields, you're healing your shields. That's a good thing, because you're going to want to be healing your shields as much as possible. Because, I'm going to repeat myself, Heralds don't fuck around. Not one bit. Like, this battle is crazy. I don't even know if my reporter is going to be able to keep up with this. But once this Herald Dreadnought, once this actually ends, I'll go ahead and end the video. But I wanted to show you the Heralds because Cryptic, I'm proud of you. Cryptic, I am proud. You have justified my faith in you. Good job. Heralds are crazy. On the ground, Heralds actually use, like, staves that shoot energy. They basically look like wizards. And in the lore, that's because the Iconians basically want to be gods. So they use magic to make people think that they're godlike. And that's great. That fits so well. The Iconians are awesome. The Heralds are awesome. Season 10 is awesome. I would probably recommend this game to people that like Star Trek. It's kind of an iffy recommendation because this is an expensive game because of the pricing scheme and the dilithium sinks. But it's a very fun game, especially an endgame. Definitely consider picking this up since it's free on Steam. It is pay to win by a lot, but it's still enjoyable even if you don't put money in. So don't feel obliged to put money in, just have fun with the game and do what you can. And Iodon, you need to die, like, now. Because this video is over long. This thing needs to fall over already. Fortunately, I am pouring on as much DPS as I am able, and that is a considerable amount of DPS. But he has a lot of damage resistance. Getting disabled a lot. Getting my crap rocked. Rock and roll. Break back out. Mirror frigates are actually kind of cool. They're completely automated, according to the lore. And I'm pretty sure the devs have solidly said that we're not going to be seeing Iconian ships in lockboxes. Which is a pleasant surprise, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did it anyway. I don't want them to do it, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did. Just because of how popular these guys are. It'd just make them a lot less threatening than they are now if we started flying their ships. Even if there are 144 quintillion of them. Dreadnought's down, so now we're on cleanup duty. And I died. Because, I think I actually got rammed there. Something hit me for 12,000. No! EMP explosion. Also, they use transphasic torpedoes. And anti-proton beams. Yeah. They hit hard. They don't fuck around. They don't care about your shields. And yes, this is Qo'noS. We were defending the Klingon homeworld. Well, technically we're invading the Klingon homeworld because the Iconians have set up defenses on the planet so we can't beam down while they're invading the planet. Because, you know, gateways, they don't need transporters. Charge! Last cruiser's going down. Ow! Their warp core breaches hurt. As you can tell, I'm still learning the Heralds a little bit. Because there is a lot to learn. They're incredibly powerful. Apparently there's still more over here. Oh, there we go. Mission complete. I'll go ahead and take the Iconian marks. Because I'm going to need a lot of them. Yeah. That's the Heralds.
We will fight for Qo'noS.
That's the Heralds. The Heralds are crazy. Oh my god. So, that's been that. Well done. Gonna go ahead and heal the last guy here. Who is this guy? Yeah, probably just a good team player. Nice job, you. You were healing other people. So, yeah. That is combat against the Heralds. I'll probably do another video soon. I might start doing the featured episodes. I'll probably start doing videos for the, because I'm not gonna do, like, Wasteland and Romulans and Cardassia. I'm probably going to start with Sphere of Influence, because that's where things get interesting. Circles Within Circles I can't replay, but I can cover it. Most of these I can't replay. Step Between Stars I'll do. So yeah, I'm going to start doing story missions, Sphere of Influence, stuff like that, but I'm also going to be doing other things. I want to show YouTube my Stealth Bomber build on my KDF Tactical Officer, but that's another day, because this video has gone on for a very long time. So this has been LordIce signing off on Battle for the Alpha Quadrant. Now an actual battle, because we are at war. So long, and see you out there.